makes mistakes, so I trust the rest of you will let me know. Should there be any corrections?
Do not see them.
None?
I move to approve the minutes for the regular meeting of April 8th, 2025 as submitted.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, motion carries. All right, public portion. We have no one here. Do we have any letters?
No.
Nothing. All right. New business, maintenance shop garage.
Okay, so we have the contract document for architectural design and engineering services with Omni Architects. The architectural work will be for the design of that building, all the engineering services that will go in as well for the structural portion. This will take us all the way through construction. The cost of this contract is $213,100, and it is staff's recommendation the board approve the contract.
Okay. Any questions, discussion?
Do we have an idea of budget range that we hope to have the garage built with?
It will. I think it'll probably come in. I think it's safe to say it's about $1.5 million, somewhere in that neighborhood to two. Yeah. With the amount of when it's all said and done, the garage will have a wash bay included in it as well. Give us a space where we can wash our big tankers, our bigger trucks, our big dump trucks, and then we have to have the oil water separation and a grit chamber and so forth to go with that as well.
Yeah, so it's 1.5, about $208 a square foot seems about right. Could be up to 2, you said.
You know, it really is going to fluctuate where steel price is going to be and concrete prices.
Yeah.
That's always going to be when you get to that point.
And the water line issue that we've had at our building has gone up from 12 to 16,000 in 6 months.
This says single story. What's the height of the building?
I'm not sure, Tom, that we've actually determined what the height will be yet.
Pretty high bay.
Because it'll have to accommodate the big trucks.
Would it have the capacity, because of that accommodation of big trucks, to have some allowance for building out and a portion of the building which is not accommodating of the height?
Yes.
For a second level that could be used for storage.
I think it probably will be able to lend itself to that. There's going to be some office space in there as well. So the crews that work off that man those trucks and use those, that we're going to relocate them down to that new portion.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve contract document G802-2017 with Omni Associates Architects in the amount of $213,100 for full architectural and engineering design services of a new single-story maintenance building.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. Any further discussion? None? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion carries. All right. Water treatment and distribution planning and funding assistance.
So this is the task order with Strand Associates that will bundle up all of the water projects that we have been discussing for the work that we plan to do. And I have I've got the listing here, but this will include the Mile Ground Airport water tank repaint, the Greystone storage tank rehab, the Mon Boulevard water line. That'll be a brand new line that we put in. The automated meter reading, the Wiles Hill water booster station generator, telemetry updates throughout. Our telemetry system is getting older now, and it's time to replace. This will be for the design services only for the water treatment. This is to part of that bundle for seeking the funding for the project. Mm-hmm. The Saberton District Water Booster Station improvements, the Union Water Booster Station, the Union Water Booster Station piping. That'll be on both the suction and the discharge side of the station, and the new connection between Union District and Cheat Neck District. So what we're doing is putting together one agreement with Strand to help us put together the funding package, so we can go out and seek either funding through the West Virginia Infrastructure and Jobs Development Council or the West Virginia Water Development Authority, or go to the private market. And so it'll wrap that up very neat for all of the different projects, and we'll have what we would think these first phase ones would be the actual construction, and then the design would be for the water treatment and for those Saberton and Union District projects.
Okay, that's a lot.
I have a question on the Union District projects. Where will they be located? Or do you have the sites specified at this point?
Yeah, no, it's going to be, so part of their design would be the evaluation of what route we would take, where the stations would need to be, so that none of that's been determined yet.
Okay. So there might be, once we determine that, we may be in the land acquisition process for that, since it's likely that it might be outside the land currently owned by.
Yes, I think that's safe to say. We would be looking at some property acquisition.
All right. Nice big list of things to get done there.
When you use the term the Cheat Neck District, is that part of the Union District, or is that on the other side of the lake? Is that Cheat Neck? That's the system that we acquired, correct?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I got you.
All right.
I move to approve task order number 25-01 in the amount of $40,000 for the completion of a preliminary engineering report for the planning and funding assistance for modification to MUB's water treatment plant and distribution system.
Okay.
I second.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
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 All right. Motion carries.
Should my motion state Strand and Associates?
Yes.
Yes, that would be good.
Please amend my motion to task order number 25-1 with Strand and Associates.
All right. I have a
I second.
second. All right. All in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
All right. Motion carries. All right. That takes us to old business. G Lake.
Yeah, so the Cheat Lake Wastewater Treatment Plant, so Mealy and Sons, they continue mainly with mass grading of the site. They're currently working on the relocation of Kelly Run, and they're also working on the UV structure down at the existing plant, and so and they're starting the excavation and shoring for final clarifier number 3. So things are moving, but what you mainly see are the dirt moving right now. So
Very noticeable too.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks nice.
Yeah.
They've been doing a lot of work.
yeah, and I think even with the weather, I think they've done very well.
I agree. Yes, they've had some other days, but they've made great progress. Actually, the first concrete pour is scheduled for 2 weeks from this, not next week, but the week after, at the UV place down at the existing plant. So that's exciting. First
That's
concrete.
something, yes, tangible. Other than moving the run.
And we have our inspector on site now.
Yes, our inspector is Strand. He's a professional engineer, and he's on site every day. We also have Jeremiah Johnson from our staff. He's out there practically every day. And then Ken Hacker, one of our senior engineers, he's managing the project.
I know it's typical in other types of situations. Do we test the concrete as it's poured to make sure it's on specification?
Yeah, we've contracted with Terracon. Okay. So Terracon will be there for everything.
Okay.
Great. All right. That takes us to Westridge Chaplain Hill.
So I think we're just getting a few weeks away from them starting on the drill under the lawn for the water lawn. I think they're getting closer every day. The contract number 8, the water system upgrade. The subcontractors, they're working on the internal and external electrical components right now at the water booster station. Staff is going to is going to work with them on the installation of the variable frequency drive and SCADA components and all the internal plumbing, including the installation for the booster, have been completed. So everything inside the booster, all the plumbing and outside has been finished now. The restoration work between the West Ridge Development and the Chaplain Business Park has been completed, and most of the restoration efforts along Chaplain Hill Road and University Town Center Drive are completed. We think that we'll start up the booster probably early June right now. So I think it's moving very well.
Wow, it's amazing. That's amazing. Look at all of that. That's right. All right, sounds good. Upper Pocono Run.
Well, let me give you one quick,
Chaplain,
quick update on the water storage tank for Chaplain. Mid-Atlantic, they've completed the site work, the foundation work, the tank floor, and the starter ring. So they've started assembly of the tank roof. The underground piping begins this month. Once we'll have to put the valve vault in, but I think they're going to be done in May, unless they get some really bad weather. They should have the tank up.
Where exactly will that be?
That's Island Park area.
In that area.
It's right beside our existing tank.
Oh, okay. That does take
So
us.
on the sanitary sewer side, the directional drilling between the Sheetz gas station and the Star City Bridge, that's all completed. They've mobilized down to the river. They've drilled underneath them and I think they've got the pilot hole through now.
I think they're on their third ream or second ream. So pilot hole, first ream, second ream, and then they pull the pipe. So I think the next step is to actually pull the pipe. So they're very close to being finished.
Fascinating.
Yeah,
That'd be interesting to see.
I know.
they're doing very well. Just real quick, the bump that
With
popped
all
up
love.
there on US 19, that was been repaired, so it's no longer a bump.
Oh, that's good. Can't complain about that anymore.
Playing them around.
Okay. Well, that does take us to Upper Pocono Run.
Yes, the Upper Pocono Run stream restoration and sewer line replacement projects. So the first crew is approaching Hoffman right now, with the main sewer line running parallel to Pocono Run. The second crew has started installing the Hoffman Avenue sanitary and storm sewer lines. They have completed the Willowdale Road restoration, and it looks really good. Loretta has a third crew moving in to begin the stream restoration work soon. They haven't started yet, but we expect that to start any time. Staff met with Loretta and All Star Ecology on site last week to discuss that stream restoration portion of the project and what all that's going to entail. So things are moving forward.
Good. Valley View.
Okay, I think we've got just a slight delay in the Valley View project due to material acquisition. I think we're going to be probably about a week or so behind schedule on that now, I think it's safe to say. But I think they're going to be in and out, our plan to be in and out where we had told our partners we would be out by the time move-in date. I think we're still on schedule. I don't think we have anything to be concerned about there as far as interfering with the apartment complex. So we should be good to go right there. But they are going to be a little bit delayed.
Not surprising. Star City.
The engineering staff, they followed up with Star City staff on May the 7th. We're still gathering some information and meeting, but we expect to have an O&M agreement for the stormwater system and the acquisition agreement for the sanitary and sewer and water systems for the June board meeting. Okay. And of course, the storm, again, that'll be O&M. The other agreement, that has to go down to the Public Service Commission, and I think the last one was that about 6 months, Jeff? And then after all that goes through, then we go to city council.
Okay.
And then we come to city council with the ordinance and that approval of that for the rates.
So that'll be this fall.
It could be. I
Potentially.
mean, you just don't know how long the process in Charleston will take.
Okay. Well, I know I talked to Sharon Doyle, the Star City mayor, and she was very pleased with how we were working together with them and getting the information they were glad to provide us with. She's very, very happy with working with us at this point. So, but you know that.
Yeah, it's been, I think, a great process so far.
All right, takes us to PEIA open enrollment.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up. I think Chip's got a few things to say. I think it's been a big success.
Yeah, I think it went real well. I think we met last time as well. We had a committee that went around to each group at the plants in the shop, and it was very, very well receptive. And Elaine's done a great job. We have everybody signed up except for 4 people, and it's due the 15th. We asked everything to be back on the 5th, but there's always a little snag in here and there. So we just have a few documents we need to scan in for about 4 people, and we should be good. The majority of the folks went with Plan C. They saw the benefits of Plan C, so she's already submitted all the paperwork as it comes in, and it's going real well.
So everybody's happy.
It seems to be so
Let's
far.
hope so. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all good. That's
Yep.
great. It's a great benefit, I have to
Yeah.
say.
I think so.
All right.
Congratulations on presenting it in the positive light it is.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so. All right, from the general manager's desk, we have a report.
Yes. Milan Pushkar Health Right. Just want to let you guys know that the new lift station is up in operation, fully functional. So whenever they move in, they'll be good to go. No problem. So that's all
Great.
done. Yeah, that right away for the power and the force main took a little bit of time, and then there was a little bit of time with getting the power actually installed, but it's all up and running, fully operational. Holland Avenue, just the water lines have been laid. Now we're in the process of connecting the new lines to the existing water lines. So it's all moving as planned and pretty well on schedule, I think. I don't think we've run into any real issues.
Yeah, I agree. So we're out of the way of the contractor
Oh, good.
that's working over there.
All right.
So that's the reason we did that, was to get in there before them and get out of their way. And so we did that. Now we're just tying in the crossings that we did. And they're thinking maybe 3 or 4 weeks, we'll be fully done with all of that work.
It's a big endeavor. They've been moving really well.
It's a big endeavor, that's true.
So the Evansdale sewer lining project, our staff have installed 14 of the 18 manholes throughout the neighborhood. Again, these manholes are for separation and providing access to the lining contractor to get in. So we're going to be moving off that job on Monday. We're going to relocate over to North High Street for a new water line. We're going to get in and get our water line replaced, or relocated rather, to accommodate the new sidewalk that's going to go in. And I think WVU is going to be working on the new steam tunnel. And they're starting their project, so we're all going to be over there so we can get in and out, and then the city will be able to come in and do the whole paving of North High Street and the new sidewalk.
It's one of those, it's the raised sidewalk up crosswalk, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, I should have said raised crosswalk, not sidewalk. But so we're going to get in and out of there ahead of time. Just a quick, we're almost finished with the operating budgets for all of our utilities. We should have that buttoned up this week into the board very quickly. Plenty of time to review, and any feedback and questions way before the June board meeting.
okay, good.
One last thing, the Citizens Academy, Morgantown Citizens Academy, they will be visiting MUB on Thursday evening. We're going to be at the wastewater treatment plant. It'll be us with the Morgantown Parking Authority. for that evening. And so we'll be presenting, and we look forward to that because it's always nice to be able to have that communication with the public. And I believe Dave is going to participate this year.
Yeah. What time are they?
6:30. Is it 6:30?
6:30.
Now we're going to do the tour like we did before.
Yes, hopefully without the rain.
Yes, hopefully. Well, I don't know though. If you look at the
Not looking
weather.
good right now. I
Oh,
think
dear.
So they're going to start their process at the wastewater treatment plant in Star City, or start their meeting there.
yes.
Are they-
We'll be up. We have the facility on the second floor, the training room, and so be plenty of room for everyone. It's a great classroom setting. We'll have PowerPoint of the projector available. So-
Also, the parking authority, just like the library, they are there too, and then they also present in the room,
That's
so we don't move back and forth.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Very good.
All right. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
No, I have questions.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
We have been doing a variety of different stockings of aquatic fish, in particular at the reservoir. Do we anticipate any additional stocking taking place over the course of the summer?
Rich, I don't know.
So the city has been managing that
Yeah.
and working with the DNR,
Okay.
and I don't know of any more coming up.
But we had discussed earlier that it probably will take several years before the fish are mature enough to permit any fishing in them, correct?
I believe so.
Last year
At least-
they were agreed to do it, and then they were going to follow up this year, I think, right in the
It's
spring.
maybe something in the fall,
Okay.
Oh,
potentially.
But we haven't heard any feedback from any of the actual usage of the reservoir. Does the city provide any feedback on that, or Park?
I
Let
think
us know if there are any problems developing out there, if there is any usage at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a construction site right now
Okay.
with the work that the city's doing, and so there's gates are all closed,
Okay.
and I don't know that there's much activity
Okay.
out there that I've
So-
heard of.
And when does the city anticipate the construction of the trail and bridges to be completed?
I don't know.
I can't remember, Tom. I can follow up.
It'd be nice, maybe for the next meeting, if we could get a sort of status report on the continued development of the infrastructure at the reservoir.
My wife and we drove through there a few Saturdays ago. It was a very nice day, and there was just one person walking on the road.
Okay.
So, but everything looked very nice and clean.
Okay.
So if somebody wanted to put a kayak on right now, do they have access to
Yes.
be able to do it?
Yeah, you can. We just have the bollards up on the ramp down to the water, so anyone can just carry their kayak down and right to it. There's plenty of space.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's available.
So when are you going to be out there, Dave?
Soon. Not to fish, though, to be honest.
No, just to ride around, check it
This
out.
would be fun.
So just to be clear, though, I think the DNR has recommended that we not allow fishing until they say so.
Yeah,
That's a good.
So just so everybody's clear that there's no fishing out there yet.
Okay.
there are signs.
Are there?
We took Dave's advice. No fun allowed.
But up signs.
No
Okay.
swimming, no fishing, no skating,
Yeah.
no fun.
Dave said, why don't we just condense this to no
That's why
fun
he's not
allowed?
running for re-election.
Yeah, it's Dave's idea, right? All right. Any other board members have any issues for discussion?
I did, but it was fun, and so
Oh, and you decided not to
We
do
can't.
it. Okay, it is a board meeting. We can't have fun. Okay. In which case,
I move to convene an executive session of the Board of Directors under the provisions of West Virginia Code Section 6-9A-42 9, and 12 to discuss personnel matters, advanced construction planning, as well as other confidential matters which are exempt from disclosure under the West Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and further move to adjourn the meeting at the conclusion of the executive session.
Second.
All right.